Good morning once again from Pictou County. It's Friday, June the 30th, and it's another overcast day with a little bit of sun creeping out a few minutes ago, but we're also expecting some rain again today, so coming into the Canada Day weekend. But good news, tomorrow and Sunday are supposed to be sunny, so we're going to get a bit of a break from the wet weather. We do need the wet weather here in Nova Scotia and in Pictou County. Some of you may remember in the news that we were having some problems with some forest fires in the early part of June. And this wet weather is a blessing for us because of the damage that we suffered here from Hurricane Fiona and the amount of trees that are down in the woods throughout Pictou County and the surrounding areas is a problem for us because they're very easily burnt. And as time goes on, the ones they aren't able to get in to clear, they will become drier and drier and become more susceptible to fires. So we're glad for the rain right now to keep things damp as they're needed here in this county and the surrounding areas. I wanted to share with you again this morning. This is a part of my series on what it's like to drive through Pictou County. The area I'm driving in right now is Green Hill, and you got to see the windy road a little bit that I get to drive through. And to the right, there's a bit of a farm there. And I'm making my way out. It's just after 8 o'clock in the morning, so you're going to get a chance as I drive here to see the commute that I have to do every day. It is about 30 to 35 minutes of a drive from where I live up near Scottsburn. And I have to drive down out towards the area of Thorburn, which is west of New Glasgow, and we are east of New Glasgow. And this is the commute that I have to do every day. So just a little bit of history and some facts for you about Pictou County. But Pictou County, which is the area that Chad Transit for the most part on a daily basis covers, is 2,846 square kilometers. That's a pretty large area, and I would go so far as to say that not all of it is populated, obviously, because there's woods throughout the entire county, and that's what makes it so beautiful is the nature and the scenery that you're going to see on these videos that I'm doing. And Pictou County originally, the actual Pictou County was established in 1835, but originally it was part of the county of Halifax, which goes back to 1759. So there is a long, very long, rich history here in this county and certainly throughout all of Nova Scotia. So right now I am just making my way onto 104, Highway 104, which is part of the Trans-Canada highway system. And this is typical of what I would see during my morning commute from home to my first passenger. If you compare it to wherever you live, and I'll leave it to your imagination and where you live in the community that you live in, how long it takes you to get to work. This is what it looks like driving to work on a Friday morning in Pictou County, and pretty much anywhere throughout the area. If you go in the other direction towards Truro, you'll see a little bit more traffic, and there's actually some construction on the other direction of the highway going into Truro that slows things down a little bit, much like you'd see on an interstate or a QEW or 400 series highway in Ontario. So what I love about this trip, and you're seeing this firsthand as well, is that you're still getting the nature even out here in on Highway 104. Looking ahead here, you're seeing a tree line and some mountains. We're coming into, I guess, exit 22, which would be, we're not going to get off at exit 22, but it leads to Pictou, which is back actually closer to where we live, but you have to take the causeway from here to get back over to Pictou. Pictou County has towns that are a part of it, and one of them is the town of Pictou. And of course, I have talked briefly about the great ship Hector, which was the ship that the Scottish folks came over on back in 1759 and basically settled here to make what is now known as Pictou County. And the ship Hector is coming up to a huge anniversary coming up this September. I believe it's 250. And I'd have to check my numbers and check my dates on that. And that's something that we'll talk about. So the other towns that are a part of Pictou County, so we have Westville, which we're coming up to the Westville exit before too long. And then as we get closer, I'll let you know where these places are. But we also have Westville, Stellarton, New Glasgow, Trenton, and Pictou. Those are the major, I say major, but those are the towns that are included as part of Pictou County. Now, there are other rural communities as part of Pictou County. We've got Durham, Scottsburn, Salt Springs, in that direction. Plymouth, which I mentioned in the other video that I did. So, I mean, that's just a few. Pictou Landing, which is further out past Trenton to the south. And it's such as I say, 2,800 square kilometers of beautiful land. And you're probably looking at the video as I'm talking here and noticing, woohoo, we got traffic. Like this is how it is to drive around here, getting to and from. And the speed limits around here are generally about, on these highways, are 110 kilometers an hour. Depending where you live, that may be fast or slow. This is a 110 kilometer highway, whereas some of the roads that I drive on, the rural roads, are 70 or 80 kilometers an hour. So coming up on the right here is the exit for New Glasgow, Stellarton, and Trenton. And when you get off at this exit, you'll find things like Walmart. There's a YMCA. I'm telling you all this because I want you to know that we have just as many of the wonderful stores and community facilities here in this county that we have anywhere else in Canada. So we've got all the amenities here. We just have to drive a little bit further to get to them, and that's, for me, that's okay. I don't mind that. I enjoy the being in the rural setting of where we live, and then being able to drive in here about a half an hour to get to this area of the county where we've got all the stores. And then, of course, in New Glasgow, we'll do a feature on New Glasgow sometime, showing you the downtown and what it has to offer. So to my right is the edge of Westville, and to my left, the actual address of Walmart is Westville, and there's a Canadian Tire also on the left. And as we continue along the way here, the next exit we're going to come to leads to Stellarton. So you can see how close these three towns are. We've got Stellarton, Westville, and New Glasgow all within a few kilometers of each other, literally. And it would be like, if you're living, for those of my friends and family that live in Hamilton, Ontario, it would be like going from Ancaster to Hamilton to Stony Creek. They're all close together. Pictou is a little bit further. Pictou's about 14 kilometers towards the left side of your screen, I guess is the best way to put it, back in the direction we just came also. So that's what we're looking at as far as the distance there. And Trenton is on the other side of New Glasgow, to our left, through New Glasgow and out the other side, and voila, there you go, we have Trenton. So anyways, I just wanted to share that little bit of information and drive with you this morning, because I think it's fun to share what our commute is. As you can see, traffic's picked up a little bit here on Highway 104 as we pass through New Glasgow and head out the other side to go and pick up our first passenger out in Thorburn, which is, as I say, one of the other communities in this county. So have yourselves a wonderful day, and like and subscribe these videos if you're enjoying the content that I'm sharing. Someone had mentioned to me yesterday on Facebook that they enjoy the little tidbits of information that I'm able to give to you about the area. And I got to tell you that I love being able to share different things about Nova Scotia and the history. It's all new to me just as much as it is to you. We've only lived here for a year and a half, and we love where we live, and I can't get enough of the history that's here and learning so much about it and getting to know the people of Nova Scotia, which are now our people. This is our home, and we miss all of you folks that are tuning in. That I know do tune in, that are friends and family. We miss all of you from wherever you're from, and we do love it here in Nova Scotia as well. Come and visit us sometime. You'll love it here. Anyway, have yourselves all a wonderful day, and tune in again soon. Take care.